to try to coordinate the messaging and the strategy of these two races. Democrats just today announcing a coordinated campaign between the two Democratic candidates, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, that will work on fundraising and staffing and get out the vote efforts. All of it designed, again, to hold those, or to win those two seats in Georgia. It's going to be a real uphill climb for Democrats. Remember, this is in a state that has much of a Democratic voting history. Biden defying about 24 years of state political history by winning the presidential race in the state. Getting statewide Democrats elected hasn't happened really since earlier this century. So if they can pull it off with the work that's been done by various groups in the state over the last several years, it'll be quite an accomplishment, and of course quite critical to the potential fortunes of the Biden administration. And it's part of the reason why we're led to believe the Biden team, at least so far, has been quiet about what they may or may not do. They don't want to become the factor, much like they did throughout the presidential campaign. They're hanging back and letting the mixed messaging and confusion that Paula was outlining there from the president with members of his own party sort of dominate the conversation for now, believing that by allowing that to play out, letting Georgia voters see that chaos, perhaps they can come in later and make a more definitive and succinct pitch to voters who may still be on the fence.
It's really interesting to hear, and it'll be fascinating to listen to the president on Saturday and see what his message is. All right, Paula Reed and Ed O'Keefe.
And letting the mixed messaging and confusion that Paula was outlining there from the president with members of his own party sort of dominate the conversation for now, believing that by allowing that to play out, letting Georgia voters see that chaos, perhaps they can come in later and make a more definitive and succinct pitch to voters who may still be on the fence.